Hello YouTube, it's Hog here. I'm bringing you some Battlefield 4 gameplay footage today. This is using the recently released Netcode patch. The latest patch, which is now live, introduced the option to change your update frequency between low, medium and high. It is in fact disabled by default, but DICE and EA suggest and believe that if you run an internet connection of 1 megabit, or 1 megabit I should say, or greater, then you should have no problem running this on high. I've been running it on high, and granted my internet connection is better than 1 megabit, but I have been running it on high and I've had no problems whatsoever. In fact, I find that my game is running a lot smoother. Whether or not that is just coincidence, they did something else in the patch, I don't know, but I find the game is running a lot smoother. The main requirement, I guess, the main call for the netcode fix was the ridiculous moments in the game where you got killed behind solid cover, where on your screen you were behind solid cover, but on the enemy's screen you were still standing out in the middle of the open, basically in the middle of nowhere. The other problem were, of course, kill trades. That's something else that has been addressed. They do still happen, so by no means does this get rid of them. They do still happen on occasion, even with the high setting, but a lot less frequent, and when they do, they are a lot less noticeable. It's happened to me a couple of times where I've run up to a corner, I've been killed, but I have been right on that corner, so I could see how my body would have fallen forward behind the cover. Sometimes I've been shot through cover, but you do have to remember that some cover is not solid. If it's a wall, then fine, but if it's a wooden fence panel, then chances are the bullets will pass right through the wooden fence panel. Also, you have to be warned that grenades do completely disintegrate and destroy concrete blocks. That's something I noticed recently. I was hiding behind a concrete block from a grenade. The grenade completely killed the block and me. So concrete isn't that strong in this game, so just a heads up. Overall, I think it's a very good patch. I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. I believe I've just mentioned it. The gameplay feels a lot smoother, a lot better, a lot more fluid. I'm enjoying it, so hey-ho, good patch overall. The only downside that I've noticed, and I don't think I had this before the patch, or at least if I did, I really didn't pay any attention to it, and that was every time I get KO'd and then I get revived, everything's shaking. The gun, my character's hands, everything seems to be wobbling around and shaking. I guess you could put this down to like a sudden rush of adrenaline, only that switching to your sidearm and then back to your primary arm seems to get rid of it. So it's a minor nuisance every time I get revived. I have no idea if it actually does, but I feel that it affects my immediate aim when I get up and aim at something and the sight's wobbling all over creation. So just a heads up on that one. I don't know if anyone else is getting it, but if you are, then just switch to your sidearm, back to your primary, and the problem should go away. So yeah, the footage in the background is in fact Battlefield 4 post-patch, so everything you see going on now will be with the update frequency on high, so feel free to enjoy this gameplay. It's nothing really special, to be honest with you. It was a conquest match on the Hurt Locker. Yeah, I call them out the Hurt Locker, because of course, you know, the film. Never mind. My very ultimate dry sense of humour there, if you could call it that. Moving on though, I do have a number of videos I will be uploading shortly. I have some quite some good gameplay footage of Wargame Red Dragon. It's another title I've been playing for a little while now. I'll go over the good and bad of that game. It's a very good game. Very enjoyable, very in-depth. It's not an easy game to just pick up and learn. You will be making a lot of mistakes in that game, and there is quite a bit of a learning curve, but you'll get there eventually. There is another game I picked up, Sniper Elite V2, which I got free on Steam recently. Steam, in order to promote the impending release of Sniper Elite V3, they brought Sniper Elite V2 out for free on Steam. The offer was only open for, I believe, 24 hours on Thursday, and I managed to grab a copy of that, so I will be uploading a couple of videos showcasing that game's single-player campaign and possibly some online gameplay as well. I've also decided to begin re-downloading PlanetSide 2. That's a good game. I've missed it, so I'll be jumping right back into the fight I've also got some more War Thunder gameplay footage to upload very shortly as well. I'm getting very close to unlocking the Panzer IV Aus F2 along with the longer barreled gun, which will finally allow me to actually compete in the Tier 2 games. I've been playing a couple of the Tier 2 and even Tier 3 games with the Aus F1, and I will admit that the only difference that tank has compared to the Tier 1 counterpart is, I believe, a slightly more powerful engine. The gun just does not cut it at all, unfortunately. Against any of the Tier 3 tanks, it just does not cut it. So I've actually dropped back down to my Tier 1 stuff until I get the Aus F2 unlocked, and then I can start blitzing that. So I'll have some of that gameplay footage up shortly. I was actually planning on having some Total War Rome 2 stuff up, showcasing some of my mods, Macedon campaign, but unfortunately since the latest patch, I'm having some problems with that game randomly crashing out on me, and it has in fact blue screened my computer twice, once upon launch. So I'm not sure what they did in the last patch, but and for those of you out there, yes, I have tried deactivating and unsubscribing and deleting all of my mod files and various different little fixes, but the best I managed to get was about 3/4 of a battle before it crashed on me again. So they've done something in the last patch which has upset my my machine here. So hopefully I'll be able to get that resolved, and I'll get some gameplay footage out for you. I have also been playing more Guns of Icarus Online. I've been delving into the games with larger teams, 4 ships per side. There's a lot more behind it. You play in the larger matches, suddenly everything becomes a bit more tactical. It's no longer just fly around, waiting for the enemy to show up, and then gang up on them. It's in a 4 versus 4, there's a lot more manoeuvring involved, there's a lot more teamwork involved. I will admit the gameplay is a bit slower, because ideally what you're looking for is to keep your team together, and you're looking at finding a spot where you can ambush the enemy, come in from the side, or on top or below them, where they can't see you, and where they can't bring their main guns to bear on you as quickly as they'd like. So there is a lot of tactics involved, and I'll bring out some videos showcasing that very shortly. But for now, thank you for watching, guys. Just a quick update on how things are going, and of course this video showcasing the Battlefield 4 gameplay, along with the netcode fix. So, once again, guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Патроны! Objective Alpha has been neutralized. Under our control. Objective Charlie. Objective Charlie. Objective echo.